Well, Republican candidates vying for the White House in 2024 gearing up for the first GOP debate later this week. And the man who is leading in the polls, former President Donald Trump, saying tonight he will not be attending the event, putting the spotlight directly on his opponents. NewsNation's Emily Finn is here. And Emily, doesn't matter if Trump skips the debate. I mean, his legal troubles still casting a shadow on this event.
That's absolutely correct, Natasha. Well, earlier tonight, the former president did confirm on his Truth Social account that he will not be participating in the debates. Despite his upcoming absence, new developments from each of the candidates' respective camps are showing just how strong of a hold the former president has on the party's base. 10 candidates say they have met the RNC's criteria to participate in Wednesday's first GOP primary debate. But former President Trump, who despite mounting legal battles has solidified himself as the top candidate to beat, says he will not be there.
I want him to show up. I want all of them to show up. I think it's good for the American people to see debate.
The RNC has not released an official lineup yet, disputing businessman Perry Johnson and Miami Mayor Francis Suarez's claims they have qualified.
If the American people don't get to know you, it's impossible for them to support you.
With 1 day to spare, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says he surpassed the requirement for 40,000 unique donors.
I just want you to know, I know that this is an uphill battle.
They will join former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, Senator Tim Scott, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum on the debate stage in Milwaukee. And perhaps the most highly anticipated candidates will be Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, both generating the most popularity in the polls ahead of the event. A memo from the pro-DeSantis Never Back Down super PAC advised the Florida governor to, quote, hammer Ramaswamy and defend the former president as part of his debate strategy. But both of their campaigns are struggling with negative press in the days leading up to the showdown. The Washington Post reports new details on DeSantis' fundraising for his 2019 gubernatorial campaign, shining a spotlight on his close ties to donors, even targeting lobbyists, at least 40 in Florida alone, hoping they could fundraise millions for him. The new information drawing a stark contrast to his biggest opponent's messaging.
But one of the things he did not do was drain the swamp. I mean, the swamp got worse in his 4 years.
It is time to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C.
And for Ramaswamy, he's now facing 2 lawsuits from former employees claiming his company pressured them to violate securities laws. Trailing in the polls, former Vice President Mike Pence has also qualified to participate, but the former president's mounting legal battles are drawing attention away from his own campaign. President Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, telling federal investigators last week he was not aware of any efforts to declassify documents found at Mar-a-Lago. Pence distancing himself from the former president's public defense in the documents case as well.
I was never made aware of any broad-based effort to declassify documents.
Despite President Trump's legal challenges, he's looking past the primary and on to the general election, releasing an attack ad against President Biden.
But Joe Biden's America. Wages down, prices soaring, families struggling. Only Trump's ready to get our economy, our country back on track.
So the candidates who do meet all of the RNC's criteria will now need to make sure that they sign the required loyalty pledge, which is a promise to support the eventual nominee in order for them to participate in the debates. Former President Trump has publicly vowed not to sign that pledge, saying that he would not endorse some of the current candidates vying for the GOP nomination. Every presidential hopeful has until tomorrow night to get that pledge signed, Natasha.
Okay, Emily Finn with that update. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.